Yes, sir. I am fine.
Okay, great. So let's start then. I could see three people, Sushma, Pradeep, and Jubair. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen and let me know if you are able to see my screen. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we are here for a GCP data engineer and it's a demo class. So let's look into the things like what you people are interested and why you are planning for a career in GCP data engineer. Before moving further, let me introduce myself. My name is Biswaranjan. I have 18 years of experience and I work with Deloitte, Wipro and Sunera. Uh, so my most of the part, like I worked for more than 11 years with Deloitte and then for a couple of years with Wipro and Sunatec. And my key skills are data engineering, this GCP, and also cyber security. Now coming to this demo, let's see what exactly we are here and why people are interested for GCP data engineering. Now coming here, let me first tell you what I understand. Why you people are here for a demo. So these questions should be definitely coming to your mind. What type of questions? Like what is GCP data engineering? What is GCP data engineering is? This is one relevant question. Definitely, it would have been coming to your mind. The next question that would be coming to your mind: why should I choose GCP data engineering over AWS or Azure? We will try to answer these are the questions. Now, the other questions that some people also have in their mind, like what type of job, what type of job or roles I will be working once I complete this course. This is another question that definitely people would like to know. The other question that people will like to know, what are the tools and technologies required for this course. The other relevant question could be uh, whether I need to know or other I need to know coding or coding is there in this course. This is some of another question that people get. The other question that people get, I have some career gaps. Can I pursue this course? Now the other final question, there are many questions people will get, but the final question that also I should let you know that what type of salary a fresher will get once I complete this course. Will I be able to will I be able to get a job once I do this course? So these are some of the questions definitely people get, and I understand that these questions will definitely will also be coming to your mind. So now let me try to answer all these questions so that the purpose of demo is that you will get an answer to all of these questions. Once we are done with the demo, these questions will automatically be answered. Now let me first address your first question. The first questions that people typically get. What is GCP data engineering? The first question that people usually get is, what is GCP data engineering? So coming to GCP data engineering, GCP data engineering. So here GCP data engineering, you could see that it is made up of three words. It is made up of three components. One is GCP, the other one is data, and the other one is engineering. Now let me travel you through like what is GCP. GCP is nothing but it's Google Cloud Platform. Google Cloud Platform. So we are all aware that Google is a service provider company. Google, there are many products that Google handles. We very well know that Google is a service provider company. There are many products Google handles. So if you can recall, if I want to write some of the products that Google products, you will there is n number of products. The list will never end. But let me write down some of the common products that Google handle. So if I talk about search, if I come to search part or web services part, this part Google's products are Google Search. Then we use Google Chrome. Day and night we use Google Chrome to browse websites, and we use Google Map. Even we also know that Google News is there. So this is come to web services product. This is what falls under web services product. Now, if you look like communication communication tools, the products of Google are, we have Gmail, where we exchange emails, send emails, receive emails. We have Google Meet for video conferencing or for chatting with our offices or friends or whatever it may be. We have Google Voice also. So this is internet-based calling. We can call to another person like a normal phone call. Google Voice. Now coming to office tools or some of the useful tools that Google also have. Why I'm telling you, so that you can understand how Google has taken the market. So like Google Drive, we are all familiar with Google Drive. We upload files, photos, everything we use Google Drive. We know about Google Documents, Google Docs or documents. We know about Google Calendar. Google Calendar. These are some of the important tools. Now coming to the another most important part Google handles is media and entertainment. Entertainment. So what are the things? The most important here is YouTube. YouTube is a Google product. Google Photos falls under this. Photos. We have YouTube Music. YouTube Music. And we have even Google TV also we have. So like this, the list will never, like this, the list will never end. Like this, the list will never end. Now, coming to another product, which is cloud and developer tools. Cloud and developer tools. Developer tools. Our GCP falls under this one. Google Cloud Platform comes under this one. We will be using this cloud and developer tools once we start using or once we start learning this Google Cloud. So you could see that Google Cloud Platform is a part of cloud and developer tools, and that too it belongs to Google. So you could understand like Google handles so many tools and technologies. That means Google is a reliable platform. Now coming to our questions. It is built of three things: GCP, data, and engineering. So GCP, Google Cloud Platform. This is the platform where we will work once we start learning this Google Cloud Data Engineering. With the help of this platform, we will start learning. Now coming to data, this is another important thing. What is data here? Data here refers to refers to all type of informations, types of informations, all types of informations. Informations could be business or personal. Anything is called data. And from where this data is getting generated? Data is getting generated from these from these devices or tools that we use. We use digital devices day and night. We are using digital devices. From these digital devices, data is getting generated. If I name a few of the digital devices, if I know name a few of the digital things from where data is getting generated, like our mobile phone is a smart device, mobile phone, and whenever we our mobile phone is a smart device, from here data gets generated. When we do chatting over WhatsApp, data also gets generated. When we browse Facebook and send messages, data also gets generated. Even when a flight takes off and lands, also data gets generated. So whatever we do, traffic signal, through traffic signal also data gets generated, because they use cameras also. At signal points we have cameras. Through smart cameras also data gets generated. Smart cameras. So whatever we do, data gets generated. That means now you can imagine, whatever we do, data gets generated means you could imagine that huge quantities of data gets generated day and night. Every second we work with smart devices through which data gets generated. These smart devices is nothing but we call them as IoT. This smart devices is nothing but we call them IoT devices, which is IoT, that is Internet of Things. Internet of Things. And how these smart devices work? They work through either remotely they work, or through radioactive waves also they work. Like for example, we are talking about our mobile phone. We two persons can talk to each other, but we cannot see how this is being connected. This is being connected through satellite, or through waves, or through some signals. Suppose today we are using remote to switch on or switch off our, let's say, our TV. How this works? It works through infrared signals. So all these things, whatever we use, data is getting generated. So you could imagine huge amounts of data is getting generated day and night. Now that this is the part of data is done. Now, what is engineering? What is engineering? Engineering is a common term that everyone we know. As an engineer, what is the job of the engineer? An engineer is someone. Engineer is someone who builds, maintains, and maintains, and um, creates the infrastructures. I can say in simple word, creates the infrastructure. For example, we want to infrastructure. For example, we want to build a house. So what we'll do? We'll take the help of the engineer. The engineer will give us the plan, the blueprint, everything. The engineer will tell. The engineer will tell us, okay, this is the place where we need to have our living room, where we need to have our drawing room. He will completely give us the blueprint, or he will also give us the architect. Depending upon the things, the laborer or the contractors will create or will construct the house. Now, this is what the job of the engineer. Now, if I combine all these things, GCP data engineer is engineer. Now, coming to the particular definition of GCP data engineer. GCP data engineer is a person who uses who uses Google Cloud Platform or GCP platform, who uses GCP, Google Cloud uh, platform to build and and manage systems that can handle large amounts of data. This is the definition of GCP data engineer. GCP data engineer is a person who uses Google Cloud Platform to build and manage systems that can handle large amounts of data. I will come back to this. What is large amount of data? It will easily understand. Now, this is the definition of GCP data engineer. What is GCP data engineer? GCP data engineer is a person who plays with data, who manages this data, we can say. Now, coming to our next question. Our next question was, why should I choose GCP data engineering over AWS or Azure? Now, let me give you some insights here. From where this GCP Google Cloud, we are talking about cloud. From where cloud came into picture, then only we can understand other factors. Now, as I told you, huge amounts of data is getting generated. For example, we have a company or there is a company. The company, let's say the company name is ABCD. Suppose this is the name of the company. As huge amounts of data is getting generated, the company used to store its data. The data is being stored in a company in its server. Server is nothing but it's a computer. Now, the company is to store data in its server. But gradually, as huge amounts of data is getting generated day and night, it requires also more and more space to store this data. For each and every one, data is becoming huge. So data I am talking about. What exactly is data? For example, let's say to give you a simple example, let's say we let's say talk about Geo. Geo is a telephone company. For Geo, what is data? Data is the customer records. Customer records means customer name, address, mobile number, customers location. So all these things are customer data. So like this, Geo is having thousands and thousands of customer data. For example, we are using our phone and we click a photo. For us, this photo, that means photo itself is a data now for us. So you could imagine day and night people are clicking photo using mobile. So you could imagine how much data is getting generated through clicking a photo. Now coming back to this example, server. So as I told you, like day and night, this data is getting generated. To store this data, it also requires huge amount of space. For example, if initially the server size is this much, now if the quantity of data increases, definitely the server size will also increase. If I give you a simple thing, a simple example, let's say in our laptops or systems, even if you can consider your mobile devices, everywhere we have we need a space. If we are using our laptop or computers, the space we call it is a hard disk. For example, if I compare a 500 GB hard disk with 1 TB hard disk, 1 TB hard disk is much larger than a 500 GB hard disk. But for 500 GB hard disk, if we purchase from the market, it will cost us 3,000 to 3,500 rupees. But if we go for purchasing a 1 TB hard disk, which is having higher space, it would cost us 5,000 to 6,000 rupees or 7,000 rupees. Similarly, for storing this data, the company is to incur less amount. But as the data amount has increased, the company needs more space. That means it requires huge space. It requires huge space. So if it goes for purchasing a hard disk having huge space, it will incur some cost. It will incur huge cost, and that to storing that data, maintaining that data, it will also incur expenses. The company will incur expenses. Now, what happens here? In order to give these companies a solution, the cloud technology came into picture. What is cloud? Cloud technology is nothing but storing data in a remote place. Storing data in a remote place. Where we can store, for example, or the leading cloud service provider are, let's say, GCP, Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud service provider. AWS is another leading cloud service provider. And Azure, Microsoft Azure is another leading cloud service provider. Apart from that, there are many other cloud service providers like IBM Cloud is there, Alibaba is there, Oracle Cloud is there. These are also some of the cloud service provider. But the leading cloud service provider are GCP, AWS, Azure. What these people do, cloud service provider means they have huge storing capacity. They have huge storing capacity. So what they will do, they can help these companies. They can help these companies to store their data here. So what these companies can do, suppose ABCD is a company, what ABCD company will do, ABCD company will rent its, uh, will take the, will take the rent, server on rent, GCP is server on rent. So that GCP will give his server on rent and will just charge very minimum thing, and that too it is available throughout the uh, year, throughout the time. So either ABCD company will store its data with GCP or AWS or Azure. It depends upon its requirement, or if depends upon him to choose, to decide. And this data, if it is stored in a remote place, it is called as cloud. We call it as a cloud technology. Now, what are the benefits? What are the benefits of storing data remotely? Let me first tell you what are the benefits. You might ask why, what are the benefits? The key benefits of storing data remotely. One is it will cost them less. It will cost them less. Cost them less. They will charge less. For example, constructing a house and staying on a rent, which one will be less? If we stay on a rent, we can pay some monthly some amount, and we can stay in a house, and that would be quickly and easily, and that would also cost us less. But if we construct a house, then definitely it is going to charge us more. Similarly, if we rent a car and do our business and come back and give it back, then it will charge less in comparison to purchasing a car. So here it cost them less. The another important factor, data is available. Uh, the data is available uh, throughout the time, is available 24 into 7 into 365 days. Never there will be no time the data will not be available. Everywhere, each and every time, whenever this ABCD company wants, they can access our data. Data is secure. Google takes the responsibility for the security of the data. Data is secure there. They will also manage the data. They will also manage the data. Now, these are the benefits this ABCD company will get, and it will also cost him very less. Now, to other thing that I told, data is available 24 into 7 into 365 days. Let me first let me answer you this thing. How data is available? Let's say ABCD is storing data in GCP. GCP, what happens in Google Cloud Platform? They do not store data in a single location or in a single place. They will store data. They will store the same data in different locations or in different places. Suppose they have a server in, let's say, Mumbai. In India, they have a server in Mumbai. They will have a server in they will have a server in the US. In the US, they will have a server, let's say, in Singapore, for example. Singapore. Now they will store the same data, this ABCD's same data, in these three locations. They will send simultaneously. These three data will be stored in these three locations with the same cost. They will not charge much. These same locations. Why? For example, if tomorrow morning something happens at Mumbai location, suppose a fire happened and the server got destroyed due to fire, the data is lost if it is stored in a single location, then immediately the ABCD company can access data from the US server or from the Singapore server. If say, let's say tomorrow morning something happened to the US server also, but still data is available in the Singapore server. For these benefits, the data is stored in various locations, and at any point of time they can access this data. There is no time restriction with the same cost. So this is what is called a cloud technology. With the help of cloud technology, a company's data is secure. The company's data is storing cost is less. Data can be accessed at any point of time. This is what the cloud technology is. Now the question actually what I am trying to answer is, Why should I choose GCP data engineering over AWS or Azure? This is the question. Now, let's say, if I compare, as I told you, GCP is a cloud service provider, AWS is a cloud service provider, Azure is a cloud service provider. But what happens? You could see that GCP or Google is having thousands and thousands of products. So Google very well knows how to provide customer service. In comparison to Amazon Web Services or in comparison to Microsoft Azure, Google knows very well how to provide customer service. This is one thing. Coming to other parts, why you should choose GCP data engineering over AWS and Azure? Let's say till now, the data engineering field or the this cloud storage field, who was leading till now in the top place? AWS is there in the top place. Azure used to be there in the second place, and then comes GCP. But gradually, GCP is trying to capture the market, is gradually trying to penetrate the market. Now, if I give you a simple, also another simple comparison, you will be surprised. Let's say if there are, let's say if there are, let's say if there are 100 vacancies, if there are 100 uh, vacancies for AWS data engineer, for AWS data engineer, if there are 100 vacancies for AWS data engineer, how many people are available in the market? Near about uh, 2000 people are available. 2000 people are skilled people are there in the market. Now you could see how the competition is tough. 100 vacancies, 2000 people are there. So you could imagine how tough the competition will be. If I This is for the case of AWS, let's say AWS. Now, if I take the example of Azure, if I take the example of Microsoft Azure, if there are if there are 100 vacancies for Microsoft Azure, how many people are there? Azure for data engineer, how many people are there in the market? Almost 1000, let's say 1000 people are 1000 skilled people are there. Here the competition is little less, but still 100 vacancies, 1000 people are there. People in the market are there, skilled people are there who can compete for this 100 vacancies. So here also the competition is tough. But if you look to GCP, if there are 100 vacancies, if there are 100 vacancies, how many vacancies for data engineer? How many people are there in the market? Currently, only hardly 50 or 60 people are there in the market. Skilled people are there in the people in the market, I can say. So you could easily imagine, if you do a GCP data engineer, where the chances of getting a job is more. Where the chances of getting a job is more, you could easily imagine from this example. Now, for example, 100 vacancies, 2000 people are there. If I apply, then my chances of getting the job is very negligible. Similarly, 100 vacancies and 1000 people are there. If I apply, my chances of getting a job is also very negligible. But here, 100 vacancies are there, 50 or 60 people are there. That means my chances of getting a job is more than 100%. For sure, I will get a job. If I little bit work hard and if I complete this course, I will definitely get a job. Here, the supply is, in case of GCP, the supply, uh, the demand for job is more, demand for job is more, but supply in terms of manpower, in terms of manpower is very less, is very less. So this is another advantage that people should think when they start learning GCP data engineering. The first advantage is that GCP is a Google product which has many tools and technologies. So Google will never, the company will grow day by day. Is in fact it is growing day by day. tremendously. The company will never shut down, or the requirement will never come down, as well as the job market will never fall. E- e- Everywhere the job market is there throughout the world. This is another, and this is, I believe, this answers your questions. Which question we are looking into the question, why I should prefer, why, why I should prefer, I should choose GCP Data Engineering in comparison to Google, in comparison to AWS, and what type of jobs or roles I will be working once I complete this course. So once you complete this course, what type of jobs you will be doing? Mostly what a data engineer do. This is what we need to understand. The what a data engineer will do, let me tell you, and then we'll quickly try to uh, uh, move on to things. We'll move quickly after that. So first, what a data as a data engineer, what we will do, or what is the job of a data engineer? As you have seen here, the ABCD company is there. A ABCD company was there, and the company has, let's say, taken the services of GCP, Google Cloud Platform. It has taken the Google Cloud. Okay. Now ABCD is maintaining its server, earlier server here. Now ABCD will move its data from this company server to GCP, to this GCP. So for moving this data from ABCD server to GCP, it is going to be our roles and responsibilities. As a data engineer, we will ensure how smoothly we can move data from ABCD company, or we call it as a primary company, from this company to from the company premises to Google Cloud Platform. It involves certain techniques. It requires certain tools and technologies, because data is huge. So it requires certain tools and technologies. How we will move? This is what, this is our first job. This is our first roles and responsibilities. Now, after moving data, then what we will do? We will process this data. We will keep this, store this data, and then we will provide this data for reporting purpose. So that means, what are the things involved here? As a data engineer, we will, first of all, we will move the data. Number one role is we will get the data, to GCP, Google Cloud Platform. Then we will process the data, this data, and then we will store this data, and then we will provide this data, for reporting purpose as and when required. Then we will provide this data for reporting purpose as and when required. So now these are the main basic things that we will be doing. So now, to whom we are going to provide this data? We are going to provide this data to the let's say data science, let's say data engineering people or machine engineering people, who always do research and work on this data to find out particular meaning. And we also provide this data to, let's say, ABCD company tomorrow morning wants that I want a profit and loss statement. So this is what we will use, some certain tools or reporting tools, and we will generate a P&L statement, and we'll provide this to the ABCD company. This is, as a data engineering, we will be doing these jobs. And how we will do? We will do these things with the help of certain tools and technologies. This is as simple as these are the things we will be working and we will be doing. Now, most of the questions are related to this. Now, coming to the things, what are the technologies we will be learning? If you look here, this Google Cloud Data Engineer, GCP Data Engineer, is called a techno-functional. This GCP Data Engineer is a techno-functional role. What is techno-functional role? So it involves certain parts of technology as well as functional domain is required. So technology means we need to learn little bit of coding, little bit of coding that involves SQL and Python. I will come back to you. How much coding is required? I will come back to you. And we will be, as a data engineer, we will be working on any of the domains. Little bit domain knowledge is required. Like when you join a company, you can get the knowledge, automatically we will get the knowledge, or we very well know what type of domain is. For example, uh, domain knowledge is required. So what is domain knowledge here? Domain knowledge here is nothing but if it is a finance company, for example, ABCD is a finance company. So finance domain is not domain. So that means we very well know what is the finance. That means they deal with financial like accounts, or they deal with numbers. It is very easy. We can understand. It could be a healthcare company. A healthcare company. It could be a insurance company. Uh, it could be a loan agency. So these are some of the companies we will be working. This is what we will be working once we work on as a GCP data engineer. Chances are there you can work for a bank like Lloyd's Bank is there. Lloyd's Bank requirement is there day and night. Healthcare companies are there where you can work as a data engineer. Insurance companies are there where you can work as a data engineer. Loan agencies are there where you can work as a data engineer. Now, coming to this SQL and Python, here we will be learning SQL and Python to the extent that is required to deal with data. As we are talking about data, to store this data, we are storing data in a database. So, as we are storing data in a database, we need to learn. We need to learn little bit SQL so that we can extract data from this database, and also we need to learn little bit of Python coding so that we can move this data. As I told you that our GCP role is to get this data from ABCD server to GCP platform. So in pulling this data, we require SQL little bit and we require Python knowledge little bit. Very little wherever how to pull this data, and think we are not going to be the developers or coders who need to learn more and more coding. Only a little bit of coding is required how to get the data from this place to another place. So this is what is about the rules. Now, if I come to you, let me show you. Okay, let me show you now some of the slides that I have, which can we can discuss here. As I told you, GCP data engineer role is a techno-functional role. Technology will take the help of SQL and Python. Functional, any of the domain we are going to work. What is GCP? GCP stands for Google Cloud Platform, and we already discussed about this. What is cloud? Cloud is nothing but a remote infrastructure. It's a huge invisible storage space and computer that lives on the internet instead of our personal laptop or office server. That means Google is maintaining a server. It is located remotely, which we have never seen. That is called as a cloud. Cloud is a remote server or space. So this is the architecture, like sitting in our offices or in our home, we can access those remote servers and we can work. Either we can access from our laptops, computers, even through mobile also we can access. GCP is a professional who designs, builds and manages data systems on Google Cloud platform. This is what we discussed. Now coming to this data is of three types. That is structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. So just to give you a little bit hints, what is structured data? Structured data is nothing but when the data is stored in a particular format, like Excel sheets or let's say customer database, name, address, email ID, mobile number, all these things are called structured data. And unstructured data, like the data generated from photos. Photo is a unstructured data. Semi-structured data generated from websites. When we browse a website, we also generate certain data. So data is divided into structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. Roles and responsibilities of GCP data engineer, as I told you, we need to collect data, we need to store, we need to process, and pipeline building and automation. This means how we are going to get the data. To get the data is we know that is we know that for example we require a pipe. For example, if we want to for example, if we want to get water from a place, from let's say this is a water tank, and we want water to our house, so how we will get the water? Through a pipe. We need to take the help of a pipe to get the water. This pipe, this is what, similarly, from getting water from A to B, we require a pipe. Similarly, getting data from A B C D company to house, we need to build a pipeline. We call it as a pipeline. Through that pipeline we will get that data. This is what is being written here. Uh, this is uh, this is what been written here. Pipeline building and automation. With the help of certain tools we will build pipeline. Then data security and access control. Because we are moving data from ABCD company to GCP cloud data form. That means ABCD company's data is very valuable. For Geo, its customer data is very valuable. That means they want that data to be secure. Similarly, whatever data we move, the company always wants that the data to be secure. No one should gain access of that data, or no, the data should not be leaked. This is called data security and access control. This is what also we need to work on. Supporting analytics and reporting. That means we need to provide reports, or we need to provide data to the third parties like machine learning, or reports like profit and loss statement, something like this we need to provide. Now, this is what I told, the role of a data engineer: collect data, store data, process data, and then it is provided to the users for various uses. So you could see that from the database, the data is this green color box. This green color box is the Google Cloud Platform, let's say. So here the data is brought and stored, and for storing data, we call it a Google Cloud Storage. Where the data is stored, we call it a Google Cloud Storage, and from there, we need to process the data, we need to analyze the data, we need to transform the data, and we need to summarize the data. Why we are processing the data or analyzing the data? We are processing the data to see that whatever the or analyzing the data to see that whatever the data we put in whatever format, everything is intact. There is no data loss. On the way, suppose if we are taking water through a pipeline, if the pipe is leaked or the pipe is tampered, the water will also flow outside. So for similarly, if the data is tampered in between, the data will also leak to outside. So we need to ensure that we get, suppose 1000 MB of data is there as ABCD, for example, that 1000 MB we are also transferring to Google Cloud Platform. Not a single data should be lost in the transit. And finally, this orange color square, this is called reporting, where we provide data for machine learning purpose, reporting purpose, dashboard buildings, messaging purpose, and for any other applications. It purely depends upon the requirement. Someone who has a requirement, they will let us know, and depending upon the requirement, as a data engineer, we will provide them the data. Why cloud data engineering? Explosion of data from mobile, IoT, AI, etc. Because mobile devices, data is getting generated through photos, through WhatsApp messages, through Facebook, whatever we do, that is getting generated. IoT, Internet of Things, these are all smart devices, like our smart cameras, smart TVs, smart homes. That means remotely we can control our home appliances, electronics, or whatever it may be. Through the use of artificial intelligence, the data is also getting generated huge quantities. Now, on-premise solutions no longer scale or perform. That means ABCD company was not able to keep stored data in its server, so it need to take the help of GCP cloud storage. Business need real-time data, scalable, secure, and data pipelines. That means business needs the data where it should be stored and where it can be available throughout the day whenever it is required. Business is requirement is there. Cloud provides that flexibility, scalability, and cost efficiency. Scalability means, suppose today my requirement is 1 TB data. Tomorrow morning, if suddenly my requirement increases to 2 TB, Google Cloud Platform server is automatically scalable. It will automatically scale to the extent of 2 TB, 3 TB, whatever the size is required, it will automatically scale. So for these things, our data engineering role will come into picture. Now, these are some of the sizes that data is measured. We very well know about KB, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, till terabyte or petabyte we know. But due to higher increase of data quantities, still exabyte is there, zettabyte is there, yottabyte, brunotype petabyte, biobyte. So still these type of measurements are coming into picture, which we need to at least remember for our interview purpose, so that we can let the interviewer know if it asks what is the exabyte of data or what is zettabyte of data, how much quantity it is, we can let them know. Now, if you could see, a airline jet collects 10 terabytes of sensor data for every 30 minutes of flying. So terabytes of data, TBs of data. If it flies for 30 minutes, for every 30 minutes, it collects 10 terabytes of data. That means throughout a day, how many planes are flying throughout the world, how many flights are landing and taking off throughout the world. You can imagine huge quantities of data even itself is getting generated from a single flight operation. Similarly, from trading in the stock market, you could easily imagine n number of quantities of data is getting generated. 4 to 5 TB trade data per single day. In a single day in a stock exchange, per trade, 4 to 5 TB of data is getting generated. Throughout the world, each and every country, they have a stock exchange. So how much quantity of data is getting generated? Now, this is here you could see amount of data generated daily. Facebook, 4 plus petabytes of data is getting generated. YouTube, 7,20,000 plus hours of video gets uploaded daily. Instagram, 95 plus million data is getting generated. WhatsApp, 8 plus billion. So why I am trying to show you all these things? I'm showing you all these things because you could easily understand the requirement of data engineer is increasing day by day with the increasing data. If data is not there, then the requirement of data engineer is not there in the market. As the increase of data is there day and by day, definitely data engineering is there. Once we do the course, definitely we will have the value for what we did for our learning, what we invested for our learning. So as long as data is generated, so long our job is there. Why Google Cloud Platform? Google handles exabytes of data every day, built in tools like BigQuery, Dataflow, and Vertex. So these are some of the tools available in Google Cloud Platform where we will be working. And a seamless integration with AI and machine learning. So Google, once we store data in Google Cloud Platform, it can easily be accessed through artificial intelligence or machine learning. As I told you, highly scalable, secure, and cost effective. If you store data in Google Cloud Platform, it can be scalable. For 1 TB, it can be easily scalable to 2 TB or 3 TB or even to petabytes of data. It is secured. Data is secured in Google Cloud Platform, and it is cost effective. And we already told why choose GCP over AWS or Azure. Just another simple thing I would like to let you know. If you are, suppose Google Cloud Platform, tomorrow we are learning. Google gives us 300 rupees free credits for practicing, for learning purpose, for practicing for 3 months. Whereas Amazon Web Services is giving only 100 free credits for 12 months. Microsoft Azure is giving only 200 free credits for per month only. But here, if you work on GCP, you are going to get 300 free credits for 3 months. Only we need to provide our debit card or credit card information, and they will just deduct 1 rupees or 2 rupees, and they will refund it 1 or 2 rupees. And this will be only for 3 months. And after that, they will even not charge. Once this 3 months is done, they will not charge a single paisa. They will, if we want and if we let them know, then only they will charge. They will not charge anything. This use is for 3 months, and this see, our course is for 60 days, and another month is like there, like 3 months is here. So after 2 months, that means within 3 months, if people are going to get a job, if you are going for Google Cloud Platform data engineering. So 3 months is enough for us to practice. Who should learn GCP? Any final year IT or CSE computer science student, they can learn. If anyone is having any career gap, they can also learn. If anyone needs to upgrade their skill, they can know. Suppose today I am working in non-IT company, I want to move on to a IT field. I can also learn this GCP data engineering. If today I have some career gap, I can also learn this GCP data engineering, and we will help you out how to maintain this career gap so that you can easily get a job. Um, so like what are the things you will learn? You will learn like how to store data, how to use tools and technologies to move data, and much more you will learn. And the tools like BigQuery, cloud storage, Dataflow, PowerShell is nothing but messaging data. The data that gets generated from WhatsApp, from Facebook, this deals with that messaging service. We call it as a PowerShell in uh, GCP terminologies. So something like this, and we also need to learn Python plus SQL little bit. And what is going to be our role once we join a company as a fresher? We will be joining as a cloud data analyst or even cloud data engineering also. You can join once you start as a fresher role. Some certifications are required, like Google Cloud Certified Professional. Some certifications are there, but certifications are optional. I will suggest once you join a company, then you can go for the certification because this certification incurs certain costs. Let's say $200 or $300. So instead of paying this from your pocket, I will suggest join a company, and once you join a company, the company will ask you to do the certification and the company will pay for it. Most of the companies I have seen, 80 to 90% of the companies, they pay for the certification fee. So it's better to join a company and then go for the certification. This is my personal advice. Now, estimated salary, if you are a fresher with 0 to 2 years experience, you can easily get 5 to 7 lakhs per annum. It depends upon you, how you discuss with the HR and how you negotiate. This is what we will be letting you know. We will have mock interviews, we'll build a resume, and we will let you know how to negotiate with the HR. And intermediate people who are having 3 to 5 years, they are easily getting more than 15 lakhs per annum. Experienced people, they are getting 35 plus lakhs per annum. Senior level people, they are getting 35 plus lakhs per annum. And if you are working abroad, your salary will be much more that you cannot imagine. So this is what a GCP data engineer salary is. Salary is very lucrative. Salary is very good. As a fresher, you can easily go for 5 lakhs to 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs salary. What will help you? We will help you in your resume building, and we will have some mock interviews. We'll discuss question and answer, and we will help you how you can smartly answer the interview. And one thing also I want to I want to let you know. For example, let's say this is just the last part. For example, let's say you are going to face the interview, and as soon as you start facing the interview, you will start getting calls. How? Once you upload your resume to Naukri, you will start getting calls. Let's say this is your first interview, no, first interview, and then you will get second interview, third interview. So like this, you will get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, let's say 10 interviews. So I will not say that within you attend the first interview, you will get a job once you attend the first interview. No, you will never get a job. It's very difficult. Difficult in the sense very few people get, but not difficult. So very few people get. Second interview, you will not get a job. Third, you will not get a job. Fourth interview, not get a job. Fifth, sixth, chances are very less. But after sixth interview, chances will increase, and you might end up in a job in this seventh interview or eighth or ninth or tenth interview. Why I am telling like this? Because initially, once you start facing the interviews, you will gradually come to know what type of questions they are. We will discuss the questions beforehand, but you will also know what questions are they are asking. You will build confidence gradually once you attend 3 or 4 interviews, and afterwards, once you build confidence, you can easily attend interviews, and you will keep on cracking interviews after 7 or 8 or 9. I have seen people are getting 3 to 4 offer letters in hand. Just we require one job. We only require one job. So just after 5 or 6, you will build your confidence, or you will have the confidence will be there. Full confidence you will get, and you will start getting the job. And these calls, once we upload your profile to the Naukri, day and night you will be getting calls. You will not find time to rest. For death, 5 or 6 calls at least you will get. So our advice is to, or my advice is to just attend 1 or 2 interviews. Don't schedule more than 2 interviews per day. So these are all from my side. I am done from my side. Now we are open for question and answer. So now let me know if you have any questions. Please let me know. I am here to answer you. Yes, Susma.
No, sir, I have no questions.
Pradeep, do you have any questions?
No, Raj. No.
Okay, fine. So just take a decision wisely, and means whatever the decision you have taken for a Google Cloud Data Engineer, it's really a very good decision. And as soon as you complete, like let's say, for example, if you start our course within 3 months. One thing also I want to show you. This is okay. I forgot to show you. Let me. Okay. So just I forgot to show you. This is our GCP Data Engineering curriculum. Our plan is like 60 days plan. We'll complete this course within 60 days. Uh, these are the modules we have: cloud computing and data engineering essentials, GCP basics and setups we have, core GCP services. What are the required services we need to understand? We have SQL, as I told you, little bit of SQL we need to learn. We have Python for data engineering. How much is required for data engineering? We will learn. We will learn about storage, how we are storing, what are the things we need to understand. Like this, we have module like uh, 15 modules we have, and final is like where we will provide you, where we will help you in updating your resume, in preparing your LinkedIn profile, skill, and then how you can attend the interview. All these things will help you. So altogether, our course is for 60 days, and completely we will be using the Google Cloud platform. So these are the things that I have from my side, and I am done. If you don't have any questions, then we are good to wrap up. But if you want to, if you have taken a decision, take the decision as quickly as possible so that we can complete it within 3 months. And by the time 3 months is complete, you already have a job in your hand.
So what about material video recordings daily?
See the metal that video recordings, definitely daily you will be getting the video recordings. Our admin people, they will be providing you the recordings of each day, so that you can follow the recordings, and you can there is no restriction or no hesitation in providing you the recordings.
Okay.
And regularly we will be having like 60 to 75 minutes classes every day we will have, or it depends how we decide, and how we move forward. We will have a discussion, and we can decide how to move forward. So if we are done, and if you don't have any other questions, then can we wrap up? So I'm ending this session.
Data engineering is based only theory, sir.
Sorry, theory.
Yes.
No, it is. See, as I told you, some SQL is there. How to build pipeline. So this is not completely theory. We are going to understand SQL. We have Python little bit. We have, and how to build these pipelines. How to get data from this place to that place. So little bit of like 50% theory and 50% of these involvements are there, or 60% theory. These involvements are there, and we will be working on the platform, Google Cloud platform. They have a dedicated platform where we can practice and we can work on these things.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for attending.